Reversals are some of the most powerful ways to trade. In this video today, we're bringing back the EFC indicator. This indicator has been used by thousands across the globe for many, many years. We actually first developed it in 2017. We just did an entire rework of this indicator. So it's now called EFC 3.0. And in this video, I'm going to walk through exactly what we did with this and how you can actually get your hands on this indicator. So let's go ahead and first show you real quick on the charts, the EFC, what it's all about, what it's been doing, and how you can get your hands on this. So if you are interested, like I said, there will be a link in the description. You can go ahead and check this out. So the first thing that you're going to notice is colored candles, these beautiful color candles, yellow, blue, and either red or green. And that is just essentially what you will see before you get a trade. So for instance, this trade right here, this was an open position. So you see how there was a lot of pullback momentum and there was a lot of weak side momentum. And this actually would have been a close, this was very close to a trade, just wasn't quite enough momentum, so it continued down. You'll see these orange, you'll see these blue. Finally, when there is enough momentum on the upside, we will get a trade. Now this actually wasn't perfect. It did come down for a bit, but then it came all the way back up and eventually hit our take profit. And what's cool about this is one of the most unique take profit target. It's a dynamic target that we actually baked into the EFC indicator. And essentially what it does is when there is sideways, when the trade just really isn't happening, when there just isn't a lot of momentum, you're going to start to see the take profit kind of come down into the trade. Because essentially what's happening is it's tightening. And when we get a tightening in a particular asset, whether it's a stock, whether it's, something like, euro dollar in Forex or even futures, things like that, typically, there is what you'll eventually see is either a break up or down. And so what we're kind of planning on is it tightens. And then once you see this explosion, so see this big gap up, this is actually we came in a little bit, and then this is where the take profit target ended up being for that buy trade. And now, since there was so much momentum on the upside, now there's actually another trade on, which is a downside momentum. So this is particular. So we actually have a sell side on the S&P 500 right now. And if you look just in the last 6 trades, it is 100%. 100%. So this is actually real. So if you would have been taking this and following the trades, take profits, stop losses, you actually would have nailed 6 in a row right here. So pretty sweet. And in fact, if you want to see more, let me actually turn that off. I want to see more. So we're averaging 90%, 90.9% on the S&P 500 on a longer time range. XLK, the tech sector, 12 in a row, killing it. Oil, 80%. Oil's huge right now. Big moves, the upside and downside. 80% is now. Look at this nice momentum it's been getting. So typically what we like to see is if there's a lot of volatility happening in these particular assets, the EFC is on it. It really does well in that environment. In this environment right now, it's a perfect environment for it. Chainlink, 89%, 33 out of 37. Killing it. QQQ 86.6, Disney 76, Nvidia 75%, Tesla 73%, Microsoft 73%. There's so many great examples here with the EFC, and that is what it is all about. So if you're interested in knowing more and seeing more about the EFC, go ahead, click on the first link in the description. You get access to this. And let me actually show you this as well. So you get access to this. Plus, we are including this MetaTrader bundle. So if you've been following our channel for years now, you know that we've done a lot of MetaTrader systems. So we're actually going to give you all of these: the currency strength, the EFC, the original EFC. With a dashboard. So you see the dashboard right here. This is actually the original EFC with the Epic Trade tool, all that other good stuff. So if you're a MetaTrader user, you don't have to, use it. But I mean, man, look how beautiful this indicator still looks on the charts. It's just been, this is one of our most popular indicators that we ever developed. And I think it's actually this much better on TradingView just because of all the updates that we have done with it. And so, yeah, these are the couple other ones. Savvy MACD, the trend line builder, really cool, really awesome stuff. You're going to be able to get all of that. You're going to be able to access to everything in this particular tool. EFC's crushing it on the charts right now. And there's actually so in this particular bundle, we're actually giving you 30 days to try it out as well. So you get 30 days. If it's not for you, let us know. If it is for you, if you love it, if you're killing it, keep lifetime access, and you'll get it for the remainder of lifetime, I guess. So, all right, well, that is going to be, I just wanted to show you just how the EFC is cooking, how it's working, and what it's doing on the charts recently. There's going to be a lot more that I'll actually share about this. But for now, check it out. There's some really cool updates. I mean, this is really cool. Even just up here, the dynamic target stop loss position. So right now we're in a short position. And where's the RSI? It's at 64 right now. So the RSI is at 64. So it's still kind of mild right now. But this is a very interesting chart because we did have such a strong gap up that now we're starting to chop, and now actually EFC said that's actually a little too strong for us. We're going to possibly head to the downside. So that's why we got that sell side, and we're 6 in a row. So I wouldn't, if you're long here on the S&P 500, I would definitely keep an eye on the charts because, like I said, we're 6-0 right now. We're going for 7. And what's really cool is you actually see this dynamic target at work right now. So see how it's actually coming up. Why is that coming up? Because we're going sideways. So if we see a big surge up or down, now it'll start to back off a little bit. But if it's going sideways, we're going to creep all the way up here until we finally get that target. What typically happens though, which is what I love about it, is it does something like this and then it'll break, and then that's when we get our target hit, and then it'll start to kind of do its own thing again until we get another trade. So it's an interesting way. It's a very interesting way to trade these reversals. I think honestly in this current environment, something like this is needed because we're getting so many gap ups and gap down in stocks that even with even stuff like assets like gold, say you're trading GLD, something like that. There's so many gaps in pre-market, post-market that this type of dynamic environment is something that is really helps you with getting in and out of these trades, getting a better win rate, and getting a better just an overall profit target and things like that. So, like I said, if you're interested in this tool, go ahead. First link in the description, check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.